So, Weekend League, or at least the Weekend League that we used to know, is confirmed not coming back. We're going to go through these Gridiron Deep Dive Ultimate Team notes. I'm a guy who has a lot of gameplay focus. I'm not educated really at all in the MUT space. I play MUT because that's where the best gameplay is. But, so maybe I'll have a different perspective of everything. We're going to talk about the Weekend League stuff here in a second, give my thoughts on it. But first, let's go through this really fast. Live event programming. This whole section right here is essentially them saying that, hey, this Madden 23, we had a bunch of promos all the way throughout the year, including literally like a week ago, they released like Red Zone Royales or something like that, which is awesome. Summer content is great. And you see right here, they go, planning 7 full seasons of Ultimate Team, which will enable us to have even more new and exciting programs coming the post-Super Bowl half of the year. This is a good W. This is hey, we're starting off on a nice little positive note right here. The more content we have throughout the year, as long as the content keeps going throughout the year, that's awesome, right? Through the summer until Madden 25 or whatever that game's going to be called. That's good. They're committing to that. Awesome, 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 awesome. The Live Event Hub, this is a graphic of it. Essentially, this is like kind of saying, this is kind of like a spotlight to my understanding of what's going on right now in Ultimate Team. What are the big things, whether it's new cards or solos and stuff like that, challenges, all that stuff. All can be accessed from the Live Events Hub. I feel like they had something like this, but it looked kind of bad and it was kind of ugly. This appears to be a quality of life update, which I'm huge on. I think the way MUT has been the past few years has been really confusing, which brings us to revamped onboarding. Love that. Make it a little bit more easier to understand. New people getting in. I know I even get confused still, and I've been playing this for years. Item catalog. This is pretty cool. Item catalog. Every item that can be obtained in the game will appear in the catalog, and selecting an item will inform you where and how you can obtain that item. You'll be able to view any player item's abilities, the AP cost of abilities, and the global usage of the player available in Ultimate Team. This is a big deal. So now we can see AP cost, how much an AP Acrobat is on a DB before buying him. This is an awesome quality of life feature. Something that should have been in the game years ago, and now it's in the game. WWW. Crossplay is in the game. Awesome. Economy changes, whatever. I don't care to go super deep in that. And in Madden NFL 24, the starting overall for champions will be 87 overall. This apparently is a tone down of what it was in years past. And the idea that I'm hearing on Twitter is that this is going to make us hit 99 overall deeper into the year, kind of increasing the longevity of the year, of the game. Good, right? These are all small wins. All small wins. The competitive pass has been revamped. It will still focus on solo battles, MUT champs, and a head-to-head season, instead of completely refreshing bi-weekly. This is actually important. Instead of completely refreshing bi-weekly, each iteration of the competitive pass will now start on the first Friday. On the first Friday of each new season, which are 7 seasons, and last the duration of that season. To keep it fresh, there will be competitive pass-specific daily, weekly, and season-long objectives for users to complete. I would assume again, gameplay focus, there's going to be MUT champs and head-to-head goals, probably weekly and seasonal. Okay. Each mode will receive their own weekly objectives. A daily and weekly objective will be refreshed for each time period. Okay. To raise the stakes even more, most weekly objectives will require users to win as well in order to gain progress. So, that is a big little thing right there that they mentioned. It appears, right? I assume the way they said that, right? Because we have solo battles, MUT champs, and head-to-head seasons. I can't imagine they're saying win in solo battles. Right? Right? Or if it is, then it has to count for way less. Because let's all be on the same page here. Winning in solo battles is much easier than winning in these two. All right. Another change in comp pass will be exclusive player items. Each season will be 2 competitive pass exclusive player items to chase. Each player has 2 versions, limited to base, and the limited version could go to the first 1,000 players to reach that, which means that it will be auctionable. So, first and foremost, they have to nail on these cards. They have to nail on these cards. These have to be... See, I always get scared when they do stuff like this because the card actually has to be so much further above, like so far and above every other card to make it worth grinding. You know what I mean? I'd much rather see coin rewards than a card reward, I think, off the top of my head. But, okay. And MUT Champs this year, MUT Champs will not require a token for entry. I don't know why that's significant. I felt like I always had tokens, but it will stay on the same weekly cadence. Will refresh every Friday, allowing users to still have a week to progress through Champs objectives or competitive pass. So this change to Friday refreshes puts MUT Champs in line with the competitive pass, as it will be the fastest way to progress through it and earn rewards. So it might be the best bang for your buck, because MUT Champs is basically the replacement for Weekend League. Okay. Everything else here I don't really care to talk about too much. MCS is gonna be in MUT as well. I'm upset. I'm upset that they're not going back to the old Weekend League. Although I didn't expect them to go to the old Weekend League. To be fair, I guess I don't know if a single person genuinely expected them to scrap the comp pass and go back to the Weekend League. So I guess I kind of came to terms with no more Weekend League forever ago, I guess. What I'll say is some of the language they used seemed on the right track. And I guess that's kind of, I'm hopeful, I guess. Without them, they're not revamping everything, thankfully. They're not adding a bunch of new stuff. So hopefully things will be functional. You guys know I talk about it all the time. My biggest concerns for the new game is that I want it to be functional. The game has to be functional. Last year, I feel like MUT really wasn't. So hopefully this year MUT is a bit more functional. And if MUT Champs is far and away the most rewarding game mode for the Comp Pass, and the Comp Pass has good rewards throughout it, it might end up being like that, I think. Maybe. I really want to see, man. I really want to see top 100 rewards come back. I think that's so big. At least for me. Maybe I'm biased. I feel like that's so big. I want to see top 100 rewards come back, and them not mentioning it sucks. I am happy though. I am happy that they mentioned that MUT Champs will be the fastest way to go through the Comp Pass. I think that's the correct way to go about it. So I think that's a W on their part. Twitter obviously is talking a bunch about this. At first, we're gonna take a quick look at what brother Brady Mays is looking at, or saying right here. Ultimate Team info dropped today for Madden 24. The changes being implemented are pretty minimal. However, I'm gonna choose to be positive and look at the silver lining here. I don't really care about new features being added to the game as a selling point. Most of the time, they're buggy and don't work anyways. That's basically what I said. And the new competitive pass changes have the potential to make Weekend League matter again with the LTD player reward option, and that could be awesome. Hopefully, the fact that they aren't revamping the whole game mode means that we're dealing with less glitches overall, and the functionality of the game will be better. That, to me, I actually agree a lot with what Maze said right here, where I'm pretty big on this. Like, yes, the big thing here is that the way they worded some things gives me some hope, but obviously, we've been let down a lot. So we have to see, but I am going to be hopeful going into it. I think. I don't believe that. Look, the fact of the matter is Madden is based off of football. Football is a hyper-competitive sport. I think competing only gets people more invested in it, which is only what the MUT team wants. The MUT team wants people to be invested in MUT. I think competing is a great way to hook people. So I think even from the pure business standpoint of them, it makes sense to make MUT champions work. At least to me. I'm a college dropout, so I'm not that smart. But to me, it makes sense for them to really put some effort in. And I feel like until we see what some like the breakdowns are, it's slightly too early to overreact, but definitely, obviously not the craziest news we wanted to hear. I am glad though they're not like totally revamping to a brand new thing though, because that would ruin the functionality of it. But let me know what you guys think. I want to be positive with this. It's just better to be positive. And by the way, we have a Civil.gg presale going on right now. Code presale at checkout for hundreds of dollars worth of content for just 85 smackers. Not dollars, not smackers. Don't smack. Please do not hit me if you ever see me. Links top description. Use code presale at checkout for a yearly membership. You get access to everything we're doing in Madden 24. I'll see you guys all in the next video. I'll see you all inside of Civil.gg.